go in with what you did, Brian, and I will match what Brian did, and we can go from there.
Thank you very much. So is that
Wonderful.
whole?
Excellent. That's great. $3,000. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, Pablo R. Now. And a nice round of applause.
Great job.
I have all the technology in my hands now, so buckle up. Up next, as we clear the stage, from the College of the Holy Cross, how many people here play trivia? Does anyone like trivia? Does anyone make some noise if you like trivia? It's time to reimagine the way that you consume trivia as part of a social network. I don't know if any of you have heard, social media is kind of a thing nowadays. A social network with your friends centered around 3 related daily trivia questions and a flic of what you're up to and who you're with. From the College of the Holy Cross to tell us about Trivflic, please welcome TJ Haigh.
Trivflic, Reimagined Trivia. I'm TJ Haigh, and today I'm seeking 5,000 in mentorship opportunities. How many of you have a smartphone? Okay, that's a pretty good showing. How many of you in the last year interacted with trivia? Also a pretty good showing. Okay, we're doing good. And how many of you have a social media account? Also a pretty good showing. What is Trivflic? Trivflic is the first social media trivia combination. I was sitting in my dorm room one night and I said, how can I make money? Okay, I thought I'd get a few more laughs on that one. But I was sitting in my dorm room and I thought, how can I combine, social media with something new and different? And I said, well, trivia. And I went from there. Trivflic is a unique way to engage, and as I see it, it's the next big social media. What's the value proposition? Why should you do this? It's a gamified social network, and as you all proved to me today, you all play trivia, you all have phones, and you all have social media. So how do you actually Trivflic, right? I see a couple phones getting out. I don't think I'm that boring, but hopefully you're downloading the app. But you answer 3 daily related trivia questions. They're all on the same topic. Once you've answered those 3 trivia questions, if you get the question right or wrong, you'll be presented with a GIF. They're funny. We try and keep everything as humorous and engaging as possible. After you've answered all 3 trivia questions, you'll be shown how you did in comparison to the rest of the world. And I'll add that all of our users all over the world get the same 3 trivia questions on the same topic every day. After you've seen how you've done on the 3 questions, you'll take a photo of where you are, who you're with, or what's on top of your head. And from there, you'll interact with your friends just like you would on any other social media. You can comment, you can like, you can share it. Whatever you do on any other social media that apparently you all use, you can do on Trivflic. Competition, right? You all play trivia, you all have social media. There's obviously a market. Trivia Crack has had over 300 million downloads, and Wordle averages 10 million plays, and it peaked at 100 million plays. There's over 1 billion Facebook users, and BeReal has over 12 million daily active users. My point being that 79% of Americans last year in some way interacted with trivia, whether that was on a digital screen or at Polar Park when they play the trivia questions in between innings. And 82% of Americans report using some form of social media, at least one, every single day. Americans on average spend 7+ hours on their phones, and teens, people my age, average 4.5 hours daily on social media. It's almost a full-time job. So who is our target market? Who are we going after? We're targeting high school and college students, right? They spend the most time on social media. It makes the most sense. To simplify it even more, we're targeting New England college students, people that are right here, and it's easiest for me to get in touch with them. So our market strategy right now is we're focusing on New England. And for phase 2, we're really looking to simply get people talking and keep people talking, whether that's through Instagram, viral Instagram videos or viral TikTok videos. So where is Trivflic at today? We launched on February 20th for iOS devices, Android coming soon, and we have almost 700 users. We've processed over 16,000 trivia questions answered. Our users have posted 3,900 pictures, and we've done all of that with no marketing spend. So if you're looking at that graph up there, you're like, TJ, why would you post a graph that looks like you're plateauing out? Well, we're actually growing 3 to 8 users a day, and that's with zero marketing spend because our users are telling their friends. As I like to say, you're not friends until you're Trivflic friends. What's our revenue model? How do we actually intend to make money with this? Similar to ads on Facebook and Instagram, which you scroll right by, same concept on Trivflic through Google's ad mob. We're also working with businesses that specifically target high school and college students, like Flagaholics. Odds are pretty high you have a dorm room. Any college students have a flag in your dorm room? We're working with businesses that specifically target high school and college students because of the uniqueness of our platform. So how much do we intend to make per user per month? We're estimating about $1.41 per user per month at our full build out with Trivflic 2.0. And to keep everything up and running, it's gonna cost us $95.67 on average per month, hoping that we don't go viral tomorrow. Well, we do hope, but we don't have the money. Projections, we hope to hit 2,500 users in July and 10,000 in December if we can leverage virality. We anticipate, everything goes to plan, $1,100 in revenue between April and July, when $3,800 in expenses between the same time period. How did we get to where we are today? So as I mentioned earlier, this was a complete joke, but last year, about a year ago now, I competed in the Holy Cross Tank and came in first in the concept category. I took it from there and I was accepted into Worcester's startup incubator, Startup Worcester. In December, we closed a $35,000 pre-seed round among family and friends, and on February 20th, in partnership with our developers, Kaleo, we launched the Trivflic experiment, or the MVP of Trivflic on iOS devices. In April, having secured an additional $20,000 from our pre-seed investors, we're launching Trivflic 2.0. It's fixing everything that our users had issues with, and we're we're enhancing everything that they loved. And this summer, we're hoping to launch a seed round to take Trivflic further. So with the WooTank funds, we want to test. With the 5,000, we fully intend to try everything and anything that we can to get Trivflic into as many devices as physically possible. I want to set Trivflic up for success in the coming months as we look to launch a seed round. We want to work with influencers that have a propensity to go viral. Now, some of you in the audience are like, who are these people? I have no idea who they are. That's great, because our target audience knows exactly who they are. These people have all gone viral and averaged 250,000 views. So our question is, and I've reached out to many of them, how can we get them to leverage Trivflic's inherent virality with their inherent virality and keep people talking? So, without further ado, if you scan the QR code, you can download Trivflic, Reimagined Trivia.
Sharks, what do you have to say?
I'm curious, how much is left of the seed money that you raised?
So we went through all of it, getting the app to the experiment MVP stage, and then we've budgeted to keep the app out there and functioning through July.
Okay, and do you have a current burn rate that you're looking at for
It would be the
testing?
$95.67 a month.
Okay.
So you said the $35,000 that was already in pocket. I thought you said, I could have it wrong, but another 20,000
Correct.
you were targeting for 2.0.
So we've already raised
Okay.
the additional 20,000, and that's simply going directly with a second contract with our developers just to keep the app going.
And how are you developing?
So we leverage a third-party Kaleo, and they're building the app in Flutterflow, which is a no-code, low-code solution, which we can then later transition into a full-code solution.
Your rating on the App Store is awesome.
Thank you.
That's really great. How did you get the ratings? How many of those are you?
Yep.
Right?
Well, I said we've got zero in marketing spend, so anybody that left a 5-star review must like me because I didn't pay them to do it. Yeah, truthfully, I actually don't know. But yeah, I think we're at 62, 65, so we're doing pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. It's like 65 reviews and a 4.8 out of 5.
I could see
So
how
that's
many.
really good.
I couldn't see how many from.
Yeah. And what are your thoughts about Android?
It's coming. We're working on it. A couple hiccups in the road, just things that we didn't know to anticipate. Part of the reason I'm seeking mentorship. One of the things I'm sure you all know is once you get out there and actually do something, you don't know 100% what's going to happen, and that's exactly what happened with Android.
How much more money would you need to get it live on Android?
We just need Google to approve it.
So I'm gonna go back to your 20K for development, and
Yep.
you've got still in there, but you want some more dollars for testing. Why
Yep.
is that not part of the development process? I'm just curious, that's ordinarily what I've seen.
So the 5,000 for testing marketing. So we're going to go out and try X, Y, Z, everything that we can think of to see what
Okay,
does
so
the best.
It's specifically for the marketing.
Exactly.
testing.
Yep.
Okay.
100%.
Not 100% sure about that.
And are you guys on social, and what channels on social, and
Yep.
what are you getting on,
Yep.
all of those?
So we're on TikTok, and we get 2 million views about a month or so ago.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. We're on Instagram. We've got almost 250 followers. We're on Twitter, Facebook, a couple other platforms as well.
So you
So you're getting it.
You briefly mentioned that, when somebody, goes through and does the questions, answer
Yep.
them right or wrong, you mentioned about a small gift,
Yep.
which, tell me a little bit more about that.
Yeah, so we partnered with Giphy, which is the world's largest library of GIFs, and they're just humorous 3 to 5 second clips designed to make people laugh, whether they get the question right or wrong. And we employ the same tactics of humor and engagement with our notifications to remind people to go and do the app, do the Trivflic.
And is there a cost to that through the API or anything to you?
No,
Free is good.
it's great.
And what are the differences you see I like the graph in the future. What makes the change from what you're seeing today?
So the change would be marketing, right? So one of the new features with the 20 grand is we're actually going to implement a way for our users to share the app directly from the app itself. So they answer their 3 trivia questions, they post their photo. Similar to Wordle, they can share that result directly with their friends, directly to Facebook, directly to Twitter. We're hoping that will instill some growth. The other thing too is the marketing. So once we release Trivflic 2.0, which is the iteration of the experiment, with a couple of things here and there fixed, tweaked, improved, we're hoping to get some marketing going.
So you had mentioned about TikTok. Maybe you
Yep.
could go back and kind of tell me what the,
Yep.
what the number of views were on TikTok. I think it was pretty impressive.
Yeah, so 2 million views. So
So-
1.8 million of those came from one video, and it was us asking 2 people, hey, answer this question, that question, just kind of a viral social media gimmick.
So you had 2 million views, but I don't see that pulling through and not necessarily the number of users. So just help a guy who can barely turn on a computer, unlike Brian.
Yep. So what happened with that is that was before the app actually came out. We had people sign up their emails, blah, 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 but one of the things that we realized and we're improving on is we had too many steps to get from viewing the video to actually signing up to download the app. So one of the things with the mentorship would be, hey, you've seen this, you've done that, okay, great, how can I not do that?
So you actually have the contacts, you're just trying to figure out how to really make them do something. once
Yeah,
you
that
send
as well,
something out
yep.
to pull them
And then there were a
through.
number of people that got, it was a multi-step process to register
Alright.
your email, and it was just like, oops.
How many signups did you get out of the 2 million views, or the 1.8?
So we got 185 emails out of that. What percentage of them downloaded, I'm not 100% sure because we were collecting emails, but our app authenticates based on phone numbers.
I'm
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, last chance to think it over as we talk with TJ Haigh about Trivflics. Sharks, is there an offer? Very, very intriguing right now. By the way, your numbers just went way up because everybody scanned the QR code. So we're
I
going
hope
to get a
so.
new graph in a bit, right?
Hopefully. Saw a lot of phones lighting up. I hope it wasn't that boring.
That would be exceptional. Redo that graph and put it up at the end of the show.
Yeah, I mean, I like what you're doing. Like I said, I can barely turn on a computer, much less an iPhone, so I'm out.
Mark is out.
Well, since marketing's close to my heart, and I was trying to zero in on, you've got all those hits, I'm trying to figure out
Yep.
why we can't get them through, but now I'm beginning to understand how you're
Yep.
trying to get them. So I'll give you $1,000 to start you on the road to go there.
$1,000, thank you.
1,000.
So, and I think one of the things I really liked, because I think I'm looking for creativity in some of these pitches. I love that you asked for $5,000 and mentorship.
Yep.
And so I think I can help you on some of the app things and those kinds of things. What I'll do is, I like that you want to experiment on the marketing side.
Yep.
So I'll also put $1,000 towards it for you to experiment on the marketing side. And then my head of marketing is here, so if you pitched her well enough and you can convince her, she would be a great marketing mentor for you. So if
That would be
she's in
great.
on that, we may get you a marketing mentor there
look
as
at
well.
that.
Look at that.
If
Thank
only
you.
we had a spotlight to just shine it on the director of marketing so you could go sit next to her for the rest of the show. So there you go. So it sounded like $2,000 and some mentorship. So
Yeah.
for TJ Haigh from Trivflic, the
Thank you.
College of the Holy Cross. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll move into a bit of the retail sector next. Our next entrepreneur is from Clark University. And we all have our favorite type of jewelry, right?